Howdy folks, you're listening to Snowlap 337. So, I was thinking about talking about a topic, just to make a new video, and kind of see what people think. And I figured a topic that would be interesting, and that I often think about, well, every so often would be, why doesn't the United States use more electric trains? Well, there are a number of reasons why the United States does not use more electric trains, including infrastructure. The United States is a large, complex rail network, and upgrading it to support electric trains would be a significant undertaking. Electric trains require overhead lines or a third rail system for power, which would need to be installed along existing rail lines, and the cost of infrastructure would be substantial. Now, mostly third rail is for pretty much subways, and if U.S. railroads were to electrify, you would see more overhead electrification. And I'm not going to be discussing battery trains because I don't want to. Cost. Electric trains can be more expensive to purchase and maintain than diesel. And many U.S. rail companies have invested heavily in diesel technology over the years. Changing over to electric trains would require significant investments and would be a long-term process. Another big thing is lack of political will. Developing and implementing a nationwide electric rail system would require a significant amount of political will and sustained investment over many years. While there has been some interest in electric rail in the U.S., it is not seen as a priority by federal or state government, and thus it is not being given the same level of support as other transportation infrastructure initiatives. Lack of standardization. The U.S. rail is a patchwork of different rail lines, some of which are owned by private companies, and some of which are owned by public agencies. This makes it difficult to standardize equipment and practices across the system, which would be necessary for widespread shift to electric trains. Cultural preference. Americans have a long-standing cultural preference for individualism and car ownership, as well as a love for freedom and flexibility of using a car, as opposed to using public transportation. However, it's worth noting that electric trains are being used in some regions of the United States, particularly on commuter and regional lines, and the use of electric trains is expected to increase in the future as technology improves and increases. So, with all that being said, it's not that it hasn't been done before. It's been done before with some success, which we'll talk about right now. The Milwaukee Road, also known as the Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul and Pacific Railroad, was a railroad company in the United States that operated from 1847 to 1985. The company was known for its innovative use of electric trains on its main line between Harlowtown, Montana and Avery, Idaho, which was one of the first long-distance electric railroads in the world. The Milwaukee Road began experimenting with electric trains in the early 1900s, and by the 1920s. It had built a large system of overhead lines to power electric trains on its main line. The electric trains were faster, more reliable, and more efficient than the steam trains they replaced, and they were able to operate in the rugged terrain of the Rocky Mountains. However, due to the high cost of building and maintaining the electric infrastructure, and the decline in ridership caused by competition from automobiles and airplanes, the Milwaukee Road abandoned its electric trains in 1974 and switched back to diesel-powered trains. Milwaukee Road's electric trains were considered pioneering in their day and had a significant impact on the development of electric railroads. The company's experience with electric trains influenced the development of electric railroads in the United States and around the world. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you would like, please feel free to start a discussion down in the comments. I do read all of the comments, and I like to interact with people who watch my videos. If you have any questions, or maybe I messed up my information or something like that, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can improve, hopefully. Anyways, see you next time.